In today's lecture, we are discuss about our second chapter, that is electricity, magnetism, and semiconductor. So today we will only introduce this chapter. So the title of the chapter is electricity, magnetism, and semiconductor. So what is electricity and how it's generated? What is charge? That is the important points which we have to discuss in this topic. So let's see electricity. So this electricity is a type of energy. It is a type of energy, and this energy is interconvertible. This energy is interconvertible. Means this type of energy or all types of energies obeys law of conservation of energy. Since the ninth standard, we have already discussed about this law of conservation of energy. So electricity is a type of energy. So it plays a very important role in our day-to-day life, for starting our fan, to operate fridge and other electrical instruments. So electricity plays very important role. It is also available in nature. For example, suppose that this is a pen. If I rub it on my hairs, so it will attract some pieces of paper. So this electricity is exist in nature, and it is a interconvertible or obeys the law of conservation of energy. So question is arises that what is meant by law of conservation of energy? So law of conservation of energy states that energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but one form of energy can be converted into other form. This is the statement of law of conservation of energy. So electricity cannot be generated, or only electricity can be converted into the other forms. It means that electricity can be converted into the different forms. For example, electricity can be converted into light energy, heat energy, mechanical energy, etc. One thing is also that mechanical energy can be converted into the electrical energy. For example, windmill. So turbine is attached to this windmill. So there is a very famous company, Suzlon company, Enron company. Those companies can create energy or generate energy using such type of equipments. So there are so many sources of production of electricity or generate the electricity. So here is generation means it cannot be created. Only it is transformed from one form to the another form. For example, wind energy is the mechanical energy that is converted into the electrical energy. Chemical energy can be converted into electrical energy. So all those energies are interconvertible. So they obey the law of conservation of energy. So tidal energy is also there. Tidal energy through which we can generate the electricity. Then wind energy is there, means windmill. Using windmill we can also generate the electricity. Then solar cell, which we have to briefly discussed in this semiconductor. So semiconductor material plays a very important role in generation of electric cell. For example, silicon, germanium, arsenic. So we will briefly discuss in this topic semiconductor. Then another chapter is, or another topic is magnetism. So what is magnetism? So magnetism, at the place of magnesia, this is the place or region, magnesia. So some people find there magnetite ore, magnetite. This is the type of rock, and from that magnetite, it has the tendency to attract the iron pieces towards itself. So that rock is called as the magnetite. That rock is called as the magnetite, and this magnetite is a rock. And according to the magnetite, the properties of the magnet is called as the magnet. And the study of the magnet, its property is called as the magnetism. Magnetisms. So just see magnetism. So magnetite. This word belongs from magnesia. Magnesia. So magnesia is the place. It's a region. So magnesia is the region, and the people who found the rock, that is called as the magnetite, and it has the property to attract the iron pieces towards itself, and that's why that property, that material is called as the magnet. And the study of the magnetism, or study of the magnet, is called as magnetism. The property to attract the iron pieces is called as magnetism. And whatever the properties of magnets, it's remain stable for the north and south directions. It is useful for the sailor to find out the directions, which is the east, which is north, which is south. So such kind of directions can be identified by the magnetic needle. So this is the property of magnet. Another thing is that we have also discussed about the magnetic line of forces, their properties in the magnetism. Then semiconductor. So what is semiconductor? Semiconducting, there are three types of conducting material. If additional conducting material, that is also called as the superconductor. So which is the conducting material? So conducting material is first conductor, then second semiconductor, and third one is insulator. One additional type of conductor is superconductor. So conductor, semiconductor, insulator. So we will discuss in this semiconducting material or semiconductor why something is good conductor. If some metals are good conductor, why? Because the number of free electrons are present in the outermost shell are maximum. That's why it shows the conductivity, good conductivity. Semiconductor, the moderate free electrons are present in the last cell, so it shows the semiconductivity. Insulator, so there is a lack of free electrons in the outermost shell of an atom of that substance, so that shows the property of insulator. Superconductor, it is the alloys. Alloy means the mixing of two or more material with each other and to form the superconductor. But remember that superconductor are useless at the room temperature. So it works below 0 degree centigrade. So conductor, semiconductor, insulator. Conductor, semiconductor, insulator. We will discuss in this topic. So let's see concept of charge. 2.1 concept of charge. So what is charge? 2.1 concept of charge. So suppose that this is a pen. If I rubbed it on my hair, so what will happen? This pen will possess a charge on its surface. So and it is measured in coulomb and denoted by Q. Denoted by Q. So these charges, there are two types of charges. One is positive charge, second one is a negative charge. One is positive charge, second one is negative charge. What is its property? The positive charge will attract to the negative charge. Positive charge will repel to positive charge. Negative charge will repel to negative charge, and negative charge will attract to positive charge. So it means that like charges attract to each other, like charges repel to each other, and dislike charges attract to each other. So in other words, I can say that similar charges always repel to each other, and dislike charges or dissimilar charges, they will attract to each other. We will stop here. Thank you.